Coming home early from a business trip, I pushed open the door and found my best friend and my husband in bed together. My husband, who used to have performance issues and could barely last 3 seconds, was now on top of my best friend like a wild animal. I smirked, pulling out my phone to record a video. Then I sent it straight to my best friend's husband, and I added a message. Your wife's a real miracle worker, huh? She can even fix his ED. Honey, you're recovering pretty fast, aren't you? I leaned against the doorframe, my tone casual. The two on the bed froze instantly. My husband, Dylan, stared at me like he'd seen a ghost, stammering, unable to get a word out. My dear best friend, Chloe Davis, reacted quickly, scrambling for the blanket and wrapping it around herself. Audrey, don't rush to explain. I pulled out my phone. Let me get a picture first. This is the first time in 3 years of marriage I've seen my husband this energetic. Dylan snapped back to reality and lunged at me to grab my phone. He ripped off the covers and the sight practically burned my eyes. Whoa there, honey, easy now. Why so worked up? It's not like I haven't seen you naked before. I took a step back. Oh, right. I guess I haven't. After all, you've been holding out for my best friend for the past 3 years. Chloe's cheeks flushed crimson. Audrey, let me explain. It's not what you think. I smiled sweetly at her. Explain what? You sacrificed yourself to help fix my husband's ED. I should be thanking you. Don't mind me. I'm just going to call Marcus your husband and let him see what his wife's been up to. Chloe's face instantly went pale. She was Marcus Evans's wife and my best friend. My best friend and I married 2 brothers from the Evans family. I genuinely thought it was the happiest thing that could happen in my life. Turns out she wanted both men. You wouldn't dare. Dylan roared. I raised an eyebrow. You dared to do it. Why wouldn't I dare? Chloe suddenly lunged forward and grabbed my leg. Audrey, please don't tell Marcus. I know I messed up. Looking at the best friend I'd grown up with, now disheveled and clinging to my leg, begging, I found it incredibly amusing. Chloe, get up first. I bent down and patted her shoulder. The floor is cold. She looked up at me, hope in her eyes. I continued, if you stay like that, my husband will feel sorry for you. Then I turned to leave, but Dylan grabbed my arm. What are you doing? Are you trying to ruin our family? I clenched my fists, my eyes narrowed in a smile. That was truly shameless coming from him. I need to go to the hospital and get checked. See if it's my problem. Why is my husband useless with me but such a beast with someone else? Dylan's face turned bright red. Audrey Blake, stop being so sarcastic. Easy there. I held up my phone. Want to see the photos I just took? Composition, angle, and lighting are all perfect. It'd probably blow up on TikTok. Chloe suddenly pounced, trying to snatch my phone, but I dodged her. I smiled. Oh, right. How about a caption? Something like sweet moments with my husband and my best friend? You! Chloe was visibly shaking with rage. Just then, my phone rang. It was Marcus. I put it on speaker. Hey, Marcus. I'm downstairs. What's the apartment number? Marcus's deep voice came through. Chloe's pupils constricted, and she was visibly shaking. Footsteps echoed from outside the door. I leisurely leaned back in the chair, pulled out my phone, and started recording. Marcus pushed the door open, his face expressionless as he scanned the room. His gaze swept past a disheveled Chloe, finally settling on his utterly bewildered younger brother. Marcus, Dylan called out, his voice trembling like a leaf. Marcus didn't speak. He just turned to me. Recording. I paused, then quickly nodded. Yep, recording. Chloe crumpled to the floor, tears running down her face. Marcus, it's not what you think. Shut up. Just 2 simple words, but Chloe gasped like she was choking, unable to utter another sound. I sat in the chair, watching the scene, a strange sense of unreality washing over me. I was the one betrayed. I should be the most devastated. But at that moment, I felt like a detached observer, coolly watching this farce unfold. Get dressed, Marcus said coldly. I watched them clumsily dress and suddenly wanted to laugh. Why did this scene feel so much like a TV drama? Once they were decent, Marcus grabbed Dylan, throwing a quick left-right combo on his face. Then he drove his knee up hard. I watched Dylan grab his crotch, his lips going white. He used to pretend he had performance issues. Now he might actually end up impotent. Marcus usually seemed so composed and gentlemanly. I never imagined he could be so downright intimidating when he was angry. When Dylan fell to the ground, Marcus finally spoke. So, how long have you 2 been hooking up? No one answered. I asked how long? Marcus suddenly roared. Even I flinched. Chloe sobbed. 3 years. 3 years. The exact length of my marriage to Dylan. So he'd been lying to me from the very beginning. All those excuses, all those evasions, all those so-called physical reasons, they were all lies. I spoke, my voice laced with sarcasm. So, you 2 are soulmates? It started even before we got married? Dylan hung his head, silent. Look up. Look at me when you're talking to me. Marcus roared again. Dylan slowly raised his head, his eyes filled with terror. Bro, don't call me bro. Marcus's voice was filled with pure rage. I don't have a brother like you animal. Dylan's face turned ashen. Chloe suddenly knelt down. Honey, I'm sorry. I truly know I messed up. I added, twisting the knife. Do you know you messed up, or are you just scared? If I hadn't found out, who knows how long we would have been deceived. I stood up and faced Marcus. I recorded everything. Let's go. This place is disgusting. Marcus nodded, turning to leave. Wait, don't go. Dylan panicked, dropping to his knees. I turned back, smiling sweetly. Why not stay? To watch you and Chloe do it again? Besides, you want to be with Chloe, right? We're just helping you out. No, honey, we can't get divorced. Chloe shrieked. Marcus was way richer than Dylan and had never been stingy with her. Now she probably couldn't bear to lose that. It seemed she cared more about Marcus's money than Dylan's love. You're busy with work. I was just just so lonely that I made a mistake. Please forgive me this one time. I'll cut him off completely, okay? Chloe sobbed and put on a show, but Marcus didn't even look at her. No, he said flatly. You whore! Get out! Early in the morning, a loud commotion erupted from the company's reception area. I was in my office drinking coffee when a colleague rushed in, saying Chloe's mom was raising hell. I almost sprayed coffee everywhere. This whole situation was turning into a soap opera. Audrey Blake, you shameless woman, seducing my daughter's husband, destroying my daughter's family. Have you no decency? Mrs. Davis, her voice booming, put on a performance right at the front desk. Coworker ran in and told me, Audrey, Chloe Davis's mom is downstairs making a scene. She's saying you seduced her daughter's husband. I slowly put down my coffee cup. Oh, then I'll go down and see. Walking to the reception, I saw Mrs. Davis wiping away tears, acting like I'd done something horrible. Everyone, please tell me if I'm wrong. This woman, she's jealous my daughter married better than her, so she deliberately meddled, trying to destroy my daughter's family. I leaned against the reception counter, watching the show with a smirk. The receptionist saw me and looked relieved. Mrs. Davis, Miss Blake is here. Mrs. Davis turned, and seeing my relaxed demeanor, she got even angrier. Well, aren't you brave, daring to show your face? Why not? I raised an eyebrow. Or should I hide away after doing something shady like some people? Mrs. Davis's face turned beet red. Don't you twist the truth here. My daughter and son-in-law were perfectly fine. You're the one who destroyed their family. I scoffed. Is Chloe still lying to you this much? I thought she'd grown out of her childhood habit of fibbing. Mrs. Davis paused. What are you talking about? I feigned surprise. Oh, you don't know? Your daughter, Chloe Davis, is Marcus Evans's wife. But she also seduced Dylan Evans, Marcus's brother, who is my husband. Everyone nearby gasped. Mrs. Davis's face changed. You're lying. I pulled out my phone. Want to see the video? I got it all on video, your daughter and my husband putting on quite a show. Mrs. Davis panicked. You wouldn't dare. Continued. If you truly care about your daughter, go back and tell her to stop throwing herself at men. The divorce papers have already been filed. Making a scene here now, what's the point? Mrs. Davis was agitated. My daughter can't get divorced. I chuckled. What, are you reluctant to let go of Marcus's money, or do you think Dylan's ED makes him not good enough? Don't worry, Chloe has already fixed Dylan's ED. You! Mrs. Davis jabbed a finger in my face. How can you be so crude? With that, she stomped off, still muttering under her breath, but realizing she wasn't going to win this. My colleagues all looked at me in awe. Kyle, a coworker, came over. Audrey, you were awesome. I smiled. Awesome? This is just the warm-up.